Hello everyone and welcome to PS1 Music Talk, the series where I discuss PS1 music as best as I can. Today we'll be talking about Europe's The Final Countdown. No, I'm just kidding. We'll actually be looking at the stage theme of Infinity Mijinion from Mega Man X6. The track is around 2 minutes and 30 seconds long and it has a tempo of around 140 beats per minute, which is fast by music standards. This was composed by Naoto Tanaka under the alias Akemi Kimura. He's also involved in the composition of other Mega Man X titles and the first 3 Ace Attorney games. I chose this track because it's arguably the most standout from the game, and that says a lot since the X6 soundtrack is great to the point of probably being overrated. This stage theme, as short as it may be, is jam-packed with cool sounds and a lot of awesomeness. The sound is very unique in the scope of the soundtrack, but very familiar outside of it. This leads me to that reference to the Final Countdown from earlier. As bad as a joke I made it sound, it's the most common remark you'll hear from X6 players and people that have heard the theme. And it's not just that. The track's sound is very reminiscent of popular late 70s and 80s music genres such as glam rock, glam metal, and new wave. Such a description is apt since Naoto Tanaka is known to employ synth-based techno rock in his compositions, something the entire soundtrack has in spades. The track employs a few instruments: drums, a guitar, synths, and an electronic piano, the middle two being the most dominant in the entire thing. The track starts with this peculiar intro, the one that's caused the allusions to the Final Countdown. The intro alone already tells us what to expect or anticipate for the whole track. Slow build-ups which make the melody hit harder and sound more important, grand sounds, and I mean making it sound bigger than it's supposed to be, a subtle backing voice that gives an ephemeral feeling, unobtrusive drums, heavy backing guitar sounds, and again this nostalgic 80s feeling. After the intro, we have this section where the synth plays the main melody. We have the electronic piano playing the same tune, adding some color to the sound. Think of it this way: the synths play a thin sound while the piano plays a thicker one. This gives the melody more depth and range despite the backing piano being a faint sound. The guitar here is kinda doing two jobs. First is being a backing track, providing heaviness to the track. The second is setting the pace, providing a rhythm and pattern, something that's usually delegated to the drums. And it's kinda ironic since the drums are playing here, it's just that the guitar is sticking out. Every now and then in certain areas, the guitar would be played in a longer duration, hence the build-up. It takes away attention to the rhythm and puts it on the main melody. And I think it helps that, in this case, the guitar isn't changing pitch drastically. Now, after all that is the payoff in the form of this amazing guitar solo, which continues the main melody. In the first half, there's a focus on the solo, but instead, I want to put attention to the backing guitar and the drums. The backing guitar has this shotgun-like feeler approach. I don't know how else to describe it. The drums have this very recognizable pattern that's commonly heard in rock music. In the second half, the synths return as backing to the solo, but instead of playing the same tone, I believe it has a lower pitch. This puts more attention to the main melody, but also makes the synth stand out, which is really crafty. And with the instruments returning for this portion, it acts as a good way to bring it back together and end the track as it begins to loop back. It's really interesting that all these debatably small and simple things add up into this sound that's not really done in other Mega Man games, at least not to my knowledge. This theme also continues to be one of the best from the entire X series, sporting lots of covers and remixes, all of them being great. But I'd like to hear what you think about the track in the comments. Maybe there's something about it I haven't seen yet or failed to point out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, what do you think about the format so far? I went less technical and moved towards a more generalized way of defining things, almost similar to a video essay. I like this approach so far, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. Anyways, if you like what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I want to reach 100 subs before reaching July, and we're so close, so please, I would like your help on this. I have a Twitter at KenAthomos if you want further updates or if you want to hear me ramble. There's also a Ko-fi page if you want to further support the channel. Links are in the description. Take care!